Another aspect that requires softer skills is addressing the quantum workforce, and this is what we're here today to talk about. And how do we get the most appropriate skills for our ecosystem? And of course, in parallel to that, how do we generate an ecosystem that is as equitable, as diverse, and as inclusive as we can make it? So let's start by describing the challenges in developing a quantum workforce first. Much like cyber or AI, there's a demand for individuals with an appropriate or a specific set of skills, and this is no different for quantum. At the moment, we are seeing quantum startups typically founded by an individual or individuals who have an academic expertise in building a quantum system or designing quantum code, but they don't always have the expertise in pushing that technology out to market. So they might partner with someone else who has the business experience to help guide them. And this is really common. For example, Orca Computing Limited was founded by Professor Ian Walmsley, who was the director for NKIT, and Dr. Josh Nunn. And they have the technical expertise in photonics. But they partnered with Richard Murray and Christina Skoda from Richard has expertise in from Innovate UK, and they have the commercialization experience. So you see this quite a lot. You rarely get individuals like Dr. Lana Wilsby, who's the co-founder of Oxford Quantum Circuits. So I think she's amazing. She has a PhD in quantum physics. She actually used her expertise in designing technology for quantum computers, and she has a strong history of industrial experience. So how do we find more Lanas in this world? How do we encourage more children or the earlier generations to do this? Well, there have been a lot of online games, online summer schools, and courses that are available online. Excuse me. And an example would be qplayandlearn.com have a game called Particle in the Box, and this guides the player through the basics of scientific quantum concepts. Actually, I've said that this is for the young generation, but I have an app on my phone called QLogic, and ashamedly, even though I am a physicist, I'm really, really bad at coding. But this app has made a difference in how I view quantum coding and see how it works. And being an app, it's very patient with me, it doesn't answer back, it doesn't judge me. And I think there are loads of people who are looking to learn without being judged by something or someone. There's been a significant investment in summer schools and courses. Qubit by Qubit is a really good example of a quantum educator, where their programs are designed to prepare students on how they can apply quantum and quantum skills to real life applications. So this initiative is really neat because you don't know what you don't know. So it's actually really important to guide people, to let them know what quantum computing skills can lead to, so that each individual can develop the skills they need to be a broader kind of skilled person to reach their end goal. And I also think it's really important for them to understand how quantum computing fits in and how it can have an impact on society. Qiskit Summer Schools run by IBM. It's a 2-week program. It allows students to explore quantum algorithms and quantum circuits. And Microsoft has something similar, quantum computing course via Brilliant, that introduces individuals to quantum computing. The website states that by the end of the course, you'll have learned a myriad of quantum things, widgets, whilst remaining blissfully ignorant about the detailed quantum physics. And I think there's some value to that, in the way that some people might think, oh, quantum physics, this is really difficult because this is what you see on TV. Quantum physicists are a bit nerdy and it's really hard. But actually, when it's made accessible like this, it makes it a lot easier for the general population to enjoy it and to appreciate what it can do. So the fact that players such as IBM and Microsoft are investing in schemes like these is a promising indicator that the skill shortage is being recognised, and there are people thinking about how this shortage can be addressed. But if the majority of these initiatives are aimed at younger generations, then how do we get the skills and the experiences that we need now? So I don't think there's going to be a magic wand that suddenly summons an army of individuals with a perfect skill set. And companies are looking to adopt quantum technologies. They're starting to appreciate that there are a few individuals that come as a complete package. They are in a position where they know that they have to invest in their employees and they have to train them across a broad spectrum of things which would contribute to their quantum knowledge. Because quantum is expected to have an effect on a multitude of things in society, we are going to need people with skills from a multitude of backgrounds. So this goes back to one of the questions that was asked in the chat. This is a really good opportunity for free knowledge exchange. So an example would be you might have a biologist who specializes in a specific protein that enables all sorts of scientific wizardry, and it would benefit from some chemical reaction X. These types of things in the laboratory can be really, really expensive for companies to keep testing to check if it works over and over again. So a thing to do in this case might be to connect the biologist with a chemist. You get two lots of expertise. And then another individual who has a quantum computing and simulation background so that they can contribute to solving their protein issue via quantum simulation. The key thing that I want to highlight here isn't the fact that they might in the end solve their protein problem. The key thing that I want to highlight is that they've been given the opportunity for knowledge exchange, and they understand the hows and specifically the whys behind the methodologies that they've used to address their problem. And this goes and works with non-technical people like myself. I'm part of the quantum workforce. My role in this landscape is to facilitate and educate in terms of quantum computing simulation. But with my background of working with academics and universities, presenting to industrial sectors with the most appropriate language doesn't always come naturally. It is a work in progress, so I'm learning to use specific language by pairing with people like Rupesh and Everett that help me understand industrial language, and then therefore I can present to audiences like yourself. So we're seeing a shift in company culture where people are employed for a specific skill set, and each individual employed has a different skill set, and the sum of all their different skills make a whole. And whole teams are encouraged to share the hows and the whys of what they do, and be more understanding and forgiving when an individual doesn't necessarily understand specifics of what they do. So it's like I said, it's like a free knowledge exchange.